Hello and welcome to this special broadcast beamed across Northeast India and beyond on television and multiple other platforms of the Priorist Entertainments Private Limited. I have with me none other than Maestro AR Rahman, singer, composer, songwriter, filmmaker, and above all, a fantastic human being. AR Rahman will be performing live at the Barsapara Cricket Stadium in Guwahati on the 1st of February, the Concert for Peace presented by Priorist Entertainments Private Limited, Northeastern India's biggest media conglomerate. Mr. AR Rahman, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You see, you have mesmerized people around the world with your phenomenal music, and now there is unprecedented excitement in this far eastern corner of India over your upcoming performance in Assam on February 1. Now my question is, what do you have to say about your event in Guwahati, the Concert for Peace, in a location that has not witnessed a mega musical extravaganza in the past? And of course, this is being brought to the audience by Priorist Entertainments Private Limited, which has several channels. We are the biggest media conglomerate in Northeastern India. Rahman Saab.
It is, I feel so good. I feel my whole band, all the members of my troupe, we are so excited coming to Assam for the first time. And I know, a lot of fans, even in the Insta live on my birthday, a lot of people joined on it, and some of them spoke from Assam. So we are very grateful for the opportunity, and we're all super excited to come and perform for you.
You know, you cannot imagine the excitement around the Northeast. You know, we are a region of 45 million people. There are posters and buntings all across major cities in the Northeastern region. And there is a buzz, that AR Rahman, the maestro, is coming. So there is tremendous excitement.
Yes, thank you. So, sometimes it takes a lot of time to come to a place. It's been 30 years since I've been doing music, and still haven't been to many parts of India. And Assam is one of the place. And I love the Northeast. You know that, even in my movie 99 Songs, we had Shillong. And I'm also mentoring an orchestra, Sunshine Orchestra in Nagaland. And I work with Manipuri artists, Bedpati Saab. So, all the sisters are very fond. I'm very fond of the Northeast, yes.
So in a way, you have some connect with the Northeast.
Yeah, past 3-4 years, I think past 3-4 years has been a great connect.
Right. Now, 2 Oscars, 2 Grammys, several national awards, Padma Bhushan, among the nation's highest civilian award. A lot of people would have said it is done, but not you, Mr. Rahman.
It's done when you're done here. I feel like there's a purpose in your life. You find the purpose, you have a reason to live, you have a reason for excitement. And the purpose is always giving. And music is about giving. And see the reception in the eyes, in the joy in their hearts. And when I see that, I feel like I should keep going. As much as I deliver to my satisfaction. I don't need any validation, but my validation is myself. And that is the one consciousness which I've been looking from my beginning of my career. If I'm satisfied, even if the director is not satisfied, I'm not. So I scrap the song and I do another song.
Absolutely.
So it's been like that. It's been like that by the grace of God, and God is kind. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, when you said that, when your music gives people joy, that is what you like. But unlike film's music, you can see the audience right in front of you. You can see their reaction. This is what keeps you going, isn't it?
When you come for a show, actually, half the battle is won because they've spent their time. Time is the most valuable thing of life. You can get back money, you can get back everything, but time can never get lost time. So if they're giving the precious time, we value that so much. It is so precious to me. If so many thousands of people come valuing their time. So I tell my group, my musicians, my directors who do the show, and I select. We have to value every second of their time, and no unnecessary talking, no unnecessary stuff. Whatever we play should be, felt like a treasure. Should be precious. No blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. You know, I have never met you, I've never spoken to you earlier, but whenever I listen or watch your interviews, you come across as someone who is an epitome of humility. How can anyone be so grounded after seeing so much of success? What's the secret?
I think for some people, success brings the other side. For me, it is always looking forward to what other challenges will I have for the next one. And it's everybody, every creative person's fear, and that fears makes you grounded. And you just wish and pray that you should get the next tune, or the next chord playing right, or the next idea. And what if you get all bad ideas? So that makes you humble, and you should be be ready to receive, a blessing. If the ball is full, it may not come to you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, talking about secrets, I read somewhere you saying that without mystery, there can be no music. Now, my question obviously is, what is this mystery?
Mystery is just about surprises. I think when you're working something, I always feel like a piece of art is like a mother's womb. The baby comes after 10 months or 9 months, and it's kept and well guarded, and it's nurtured, and it's a spiritual thing. So compositions are like that for me, and every song is like that. So not even my family listens to anything. Only when it comes out, yeah.
Right. Now, Rahman Saab, from Rosa to now is more than 3 decades. Now, everyone thought your music was groundbreaking, but you yourself said that having worked with, singers and composers from around the world, you have realized that a lot of ground to be broken. And along the way, you have yourself broken a lot of these, lot of ground.
I mean, film music is supposed to reach the masses, and some of them are super intelligent, some of them are, basic, nice people, simple people. And I always respect everybody. There's no eliteness about music. Music is whether it works close to your soul or it doesn't. So some people, they try to judge a song immediately, and they may be right or wrong, because when I make a song, I make it sometimes, probably in 3 minutes, but then it goes through a lot of baking process. I listen to it again. Then what if I can take it to another key or another instrumentation or another different kind of production, or take off all the instrumentation. So all these things come post, in probably a couple of months, where we go back after weeks and then realize, okay, this is it. This is unpredictable. This is a good journey of audio storytelling kind of thing. So that way, even I won't be able to judge something which I do immediately. When I listen to it, it's just sound. Then when I listen to it 3-4 days back, later, so it becomes an emotion. Then it intertwines with my emotion, with my consciousness.
Right.
So I feel like even I've been very wrong in judging other people's music. Like, when Michael Jackson's Dangerous released, I said, oh, none of the songs are good at this. Then you realize, oh my God, there's so much work on this. I like this one. I like that one. So initially, you are in the judgmental kind of zone where you want to judge that, oh, it's not working because, and then it takes over, whether it's classical music or music which is done with multiple layers of, care, it takes time.
No, after Oscars, Grammys, are you under pressure? Do you suffer from peer pressure? Oh, I mean, you have to, people expect a lot from you. Are you under pressure sometimes?
My pressure is only me. I'm the tyrant. I'm my own tyrant. My mind is the tyrant. And sometimes, people say, it's Saturday, Sunday, why are you working? It's night, 12 o'clock, why are you working? You've not slept the whole day, why are you working? So it's not working for me, it's passion. And when that comes in, you just know that whether it's a big budget or a small budget, it's my work, and I respect it a lot. I value that. And whatever it takes, we do. Whatever it takes.
No.
So the pressure comes from within. Nobody else is going to pressure it.
People would want to know, are you a spiritual person? Do you try to establish some kind of a connect with God for whatever reasons?
Nobody can say they're spiritual, unfortunately, because it's a constant process, refining process for us. Constantly refining because the world is changing and your level of understanding is changing every day. As you grow older, you understand certain things much simpler. Oh, if I had known this 20 years back, it would have been different. But it's like, they say there are like 70,000 screens between you and the sublime, and each screen goes away when you go through the journey. And I wouldn't say, oh, I'm great, very spiritual. I'm this. I'm a student. I'm a learner. So I hope that my path gets even more brighter.
Right, right. A maestro like you would have many milestones. May I ask you to talk about a milestone that is dear to you or that has been crucial for you to become who you are today?
I think all the stuff is on the mind. Things like validation, things like people who attack you and how you respond. And after a point, if you have the strength, the inner strength, you go beyond all that. You look at everybody with equal love. I think, in my opinion, I think if anybody can reach that, that is the ultimate milestone. In whatever profession you are, if people attack you, now they attack you in millions on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And so I always feel like the more power you are, the more relaxed you are, the more love you can give. And the more insecure you are, you will attack people back. Oh, I'll show you what. You reply to the mail. I feel, by the grace of God, very powerful. So I don't attack people. I feel secure within me. And I think it's a blessing. It's because the love of all the well-wishers and love of my family and the prayers of my, spiritual people that I feel within the power to say, I'll give you love, even if you throw anything on me.
Yeah.
So that was my Oscar speech too. And I feel like that's very peaceful. And I teach that to my children, to my friends. I said, don't do anything. Just keep quiet. Just focus on your family, focus on your intellect, focus on your work. That's the best. So I think when we believe in a, the supreme source of power, we all believe in the same thing. In different forms we worship, but it all goes to all the rivers head to the sea.
Absolutely.
And the sea of mercy and the sea of forgiveness, compassion, graciousness, and everything. Everybody's equal, and you look at everyone with love, and that's it.
Absolutely, because recently I saw you visiting dargahs and temples almost around the same time.
I go to dargahs, of course, and I think this dargah called Kadapa Sharif, my spiritual teacher, and a lot of Hindus come there, and Hindu brothers, and dargahs is the place where I think Hindus and Muslims meet, and we are looking at the higher spiritual, blessing, and so we remember God there.
Now, obviously, I have to ask you, why did you decide to go into filmmaking? You co-wrote 99 songs, a musical romance, which has been your first foray into films 3 years ago.
Correct. I think working in Hollywood and also feel like this, what else can we do in music? I wanted to challenge myself, and I love all the filmmakers who work with me. They're very kind. But I was just curious. I think the love for films and for storytelling made me do that. I learned a lot. So I built this big studio. I'm sitting here now. It's a sound stage where you can, 2.0 was shot here, 99 songs.
Okay.
And Harmony serial was shot here. So it's just curiosity and also to ignite the passion so that your 30 years of thing doesn't become like a bore, mundane process. So you're on the edge and looking forward to new learnings. And also the way I look at music is different now. The way of how a storyteller is looking at songs. Before it was like this. Now we are much more open and saying, oh, can we do this? And also give some ideas to filmmakers when they come with stories. Can we do it like this? And then, oh, That's a great idea. I think so that way I'm able to understand what they're saying, not like dumb. Oh, tell me what music I should do, and I can kind of envision a storytelling mode on, and it's much easier on to find lyrics, much more easier to do arrangements now, because you understand the bigger picture. Yeah.
No, weren't you worried that, the iconic Oscar winning music composer may fail as a filmmaker?
Failing is a very important process because I've failed in 200 commercials before to make one Roja. So I was ready to fail. But failing in a movie is only when you give up. Because filmmaking is a process where you constantly refine. And when the movie came out, it was the height of COVID, unfortunately. And we're all proud of what we had done. And of course, again, I directed Le Masque, the
Last year.
multi-sensory. Yeah. So that's in Hollywood and Canada showing now. We extended, and it might go to other metros. So that's a groundbreaking project where everybody seems to be like blown away by what it does emotionally and immersivity. And so I think one leads to another thing, the bigger things, which uncharted territories are very important because in India, we always try to do tried and tested things, safe, or what gives money. But real art comes from jumping into the fire and see what unknown things are there. And this was like one of those attempts, like see what unknown. I might not even release it, but then we released it and we got some at Cannes XR and at Hollywood, and it's a very small project compared to big movies where thousands of people watch. There are only 5 chairs, but those 5 people who come and see it, you can see their mind.
Right.
Like one of the comments which came in at Cannes was, "I have this, and it's full of joy. I remove it, and what I see is only disappointment." So the real world is disappointing for that lady. I mean, so that was one of the best compliments I think we got for that one.
Now, you talked about Le Masque, the virtual reality thriller. I understand that, you were on a yacht cruising somewhere when this whole idea came up. And somewhere I read that it is Mrs. Rahman who actually wanted you to make Le Masque.
Yes, I think we were actually casually talking. And to cheer her up, I said, "Since you like perfumes a lot, why don't we do a movie on perfumes?" And she jokingly said, "Yeah, let's do that." And then, and it came. It's her inspiration, actually.
Right. Now, basically, you said recently you are on a Zen mode, that you have low expectations and high hopes. Now, I want you to solve this puzzle for me. What is low expectations and high hopes?
I think it's a quote which somebody had put out. It's fantastic because disappointments can actually make you dysfunctional in life. And if you are working towards something, we should be hopeful, but also have this 50% of thinking that, oh, what if? But it's also a negative thinking. It's not negative thinking, but it's to be aware that anything can happen. But I think a spiritual person or a person who prays, I think always believes in God. And we always hope that there's a power beyond us which is going to help. And that keeps us moving. And if it doesn't happen, it's for the good for some things.
We'll go for a short break now, but don't go away. I'll be back in conversation with Maestro AR Rahman. Welcome back. I am in conversation with sensational music composer AR Rahman. Now, how important is it for a creative person to keep reinventing himself or herself?
you I don't feel like working even one single day. I don't work. I'm enjoying the process, and that process can be enjoyed only when we are challenged, or we have to crack something new, or we discover something new. A childlike kind of enthusiasm is necessary, and so for that, reinvention is absolutely necessary. If I know how to make a song and I sit down, I'm actually making what I've been doing like 40 years back or 30 years back. If I don't know, and my intention is to find something, and my mind is triggered at a discovery, that is passion. That is more, engaging for me. So the art of reinvention, the art of going on a new path is because your basics will never change. My mindset about music, its melody, it's how it vibes you with your soul, its beautiful lyrics, and so these will never change. But the way to get there gets different.
Now, Mr. Rahman, you are a guru to many emerging talents. Do you think you are also a guru at your home for your musician daughters Rahima and Khatiza?
I can never be the guru. They are my guru.
No.
I think we learn from children because their world is different. My world was different. So they teach me how to do Instagram. They teach me, oh, Dad, this is how you should do. This is what you should tag. So they think they're teaching us. But of course, as a father, I think I look at myself as a mirror. If I do something bad, they're going to do bad. Oh, Dad did that. I'll do that. If I fight, I use some bad words, they're going to use the same bad words. So we are very careful in how they're just a mirror, extension of us. So we have to be so careful as parents. That's what I learned.
So younger talents certainly motivate you.
Yes, I think the enthusiasm, any interns coming in, even from KM College of Music, that people join us, the enthusiasm in the faces actually motivates you to, do something interesting. And they look at, oh, how did you do that? And they have new ways to, newer ways in technology, which I find fascinating. Oh, how did you know the shortcut? And because they don't have this luggage or baggage of 20 years or 30 years, which I had. So it's vice versa. It's like back and forth.
Now, do you like the tag mentor, or do you prefer to be the creator of path-breaking music and, as I said earlier, reinventing yourself along the way?
I don't like names. Names keep changing. When I just keep going by the feel, and I just like the vibe when I'm working with people. I like the vibe when I'm interacting with directors or doing something new, and yeah.
I'll not take much of your time. And Northeast India, we have got 400 tribes and sub-tribes, 8 states, 45 million people, 4 foreign countries, which are near to us. And it has got diverse music, The ethnic music is simply superb. Would you sometimes have some nurturing this kind of a thought in your mind that I'd like to travel in certain parts of the Northeast and pick up the voices, pick up the sounds and sights of the region?
Of course, I think for harmony, we went to Shillong and Manipur, and so Sikkim. So the thing is, there's something very special coming out. Like I'm co-producing the Nagaland documentary, which many bands from Nagaland have played, and there's some amazing songwriter kids there. Just guitar and voice.
Right.
And you just immersed. They have so much of love and piety, and so you can feel that in the music. And I feel like wherever I go, I met Harvey Mason, the CEO of Grammy, and my words are only for, oh, you should check out this kid from Nagaland, you should check out this kid from Delhi.
Yeah.
It automatically comes, and I keep playing them, and then they say, oh, I should sign them up. So this is actually a great thing where I'm connected to both the worlds, And even if one of them gets connected and then they do something, it'll be fantastic for India.
But Raman Saab, I understand you are a terribly homesick person. One day out of Chennai and you feel like returning home. Is this you even today?
No, past 20 years has been never been like that. I mean, I've spent
Okay.
loads of time
But
in London.
once upon a time you are a very homesick person. That's what.
Not homesick, because home, my studio is at the back of my house. So even if I don't see my family, they know that I'm down there. So the sense of security is there.
Right. Now the Golden Globe Award to RRR Nattu Nattu. What's the moral of the story? Again, it has been proved that music has no language, no barrier whatsoever.
Absolutely. I think we look at Mr. Maragadamani's, Kiravani's, history. Is amazing human being who supported his family, and he's just reaping his returns. He's done so much for his family, and he's nurtured them, and all the full family now, as a team, he's getting the returns. I think it's a divine gift for him. And the irony is, he was once, I think I've heard 6-7 years back, he wanted to retire, and at that point is when the first big success came to him. It's a great story, I think, case study for everyone who thinks that life is over for them. Life is actually starting for you. And so that, I felt like, is a great study in destiny, where people think, oh, my life is over. No, it's not over. Your next door is waiting, so it's testing you. So don't get depressed. Don't do bad things.
Absolutely.
Keep the hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So his story is so inspiring. Yeah.
Finally, Mr. Rahman, all good conversations have to come to an end. All of us at Pride East Group and our news channels, News Live, Northeast Live, Rang, Ramdhenu, we are all excited about your concert in Guwahati along with your millions of fans in Northeast India and beyond. What would you like to tell all of these people who would watch you on television or would come to the cricket ground in Barsapara to watch you live on that day, February 1?
There's no telling. We're just coming with a lot of love, and I hope that you're going to like this concert, because we've been performing it in more than 30 places last year, and all over it's been loved. And I'm sure that you will get the best sound and all the best singers, the best band coming in, and we are looking forward to that. God bless.
Sorry, just an idea. How many tons of equipments you are going to bring? Because people are curious to know that, some people are saying that 20 trucks, 30 truckloads, 40 truckloads. There's all kinds of guesswork going on.
I don't know. I think my team does all that stuff. I just go like a guest and go there and enjoy. So I think that's also like a 25-year-old toil, where we edged and found a way to make things easy and more efficient and better. Yeah.
Absolutely, Raman Saab. I'm sure you will like Guwahati, you'll like Assam, and I'm sure your concert is going to be a runaway hit. And once again, we are all waiting to welcome you in Guwahati. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.